This flyover shows just how much progress I've made over the recent winter months. Lots to show for all my hard work, and also lots more shown in previous videos of the now hidden work below ground. Hi, I'm Warren Brand, and welcome to another Linleys Garden Railway video. With the bridge deck frame spanning nicely across between the abutments, it's now time to properly bridge the gap. The design of the bridge sides will be arched trusses with V's along the sides for strength. I couldn't decide on paper how high the arches needed to be and whether or not they should be cross-tied together on the top of the curve. I set to work making up a jig to form one arch as a test. I have bought some stock of 8mm square mild steel. I prefer mild steel rather than bright steel as it seems to rust less and so much more durable outside. I'll spray paint the steel once it's all done. Between the wooden blocks, I spring the steel into place so it naturally forms the arch. This first test piece is of a lower arch just to see what it looked like. With it clamped to the bridge decking, I could see that it just didn't quite look right. It's too low to include cross ties from side to side, and I decided it needed that anyway for stiffness. I cut another one longer to make the arch higher, and this looks much better and is tall enough to enable me to add the cross ties. The next design decision to make is the format of the V's along the side. I first marked out equal spacing for the bottom of the V's, and although this looked fine in the centre of the span, the change in the angle of the V's looked peculiar towards the ends of the bridge. I then tried an approach which set out equal angles of the V's, and that looked much better overall. In the end, I compromised and went by eye for the last couple of V's as the arch lowered towards the end. Welding, cutting, there's lots of bits of steelwork to cut and add. I started with the two side arches, welding them into place first and checking that they matched exactly. And back in place to check. I'm happy with that. More to do though. Back on the bench, I checked that the side frames were square and true to each other and added a wooden tie to hold them in place while I concentrated on more details. The paper template was key for this next bit, and working from the centre, I checked each additional piece as I went along. It's remarkable how long this piece of work took. I just kept going, only stopping for a quick coffee in the afternoon. At the ends, I put the struts in by eye, compromising a little from the templated angle and going with what I thought looked best. Doing one like this, I then just replicated the same layout for the other 3 ends. The first side complete, except for tidying up the welds. The light was fading, but I was keen to do as much as I could. I spent the whole of the following afternoon on the second side. About 1 minute of video represents about 4 hours of work. By the end of the day, I had all the steelwork assembled, including the 2 top ties and 1 track bed level tie from side to side to stiffen the decking frame. I'm really happy with the progress made today. Looking good in place, bridging the gap. I bought a mixed bundle of flap discs for my angle grinder. These are great for side grinding, tidying up welds and removing rust. I spent an hour or so flushing off and checking each weld joint on both sides, inside and out of the arches. With the side frames complete, the next job is to cut the timber and lay the decking. For this, I'm using 22mm sawn treated timber from the local builder's merchant. I have to go chop chop at the right length and notch out for the side frame V's as they come down to the decking. Like most aspects of this project, it all takes time, but I was doing it carefully bit by bit. While I'm working away here, please do take a moment to scroll down a little and hit the old like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and ping me a comment too. With the last 2 pieces of wood interlocked together, the job's a good un. Here's a quick view of the bridge in place with some track and a train on the lines. I'm really pleased with the way it all looks. I need to restock the flower border for the summer, and hopefully the current lockdown will ease so that we can visit the garden centre sometime soon. The bridge steels need spray painting and the wooden deck needs painting too. And yes, the bridge is strong. I didn't fancy jumping up and down too violently, not because it may break the bridge, but I was mindful that the wooden board wasn't fixed. Videoing myself breaking a leg wasn't part of the plan. I had expected to work more on Sunday, but the snow made some of the work impractical outside, so that's it for this time. Thanks for watching and bye for now.